for God. God transmitting his message through me to you, saying, why did I marry you? Why did I get married? Why did I? If I could have a conversation with God on this subject, I can see an exasperated husband looking at his brides saying, why did I tie the knot with you? Why did I marry you? And surely I'm taking advantage of the popularity of Mr. Perry's movie that has swept at least the black community. As a matter of fact, Tyler Perry has a built-in audience with African American females who will go to anything that he produces, whether it's a play, a TV show, a movie. It doesn't matter. Whatever got Tyler's name on it, there is an audience in America that's going. No matter how good it is, no matter how, what the plot is, it doesn't matter. Whatever he does, they're going. And I'm not a fan necessarily of Tyler Perry, but my wife is. And my wife will make me. Where are we going in May? Where are we going? No, we already did the why did I get married to. Now, where else are we going? Something family that's coming to the Fox. That is, and she gonna pull me to that. Now, we walking out of the movie theater the other night, and she's trying to make me like the movie. Now, wasn't that a good movie? And I said, and this got me in trouble. But I said, it really doesn't matter to me. And she was quiet the rest of the night. B, what's wrong with you? You don't ever like anything I take you to, anything I suggest, you don't like it. But I'm just not a fan of a chick flick from Tyler Perry. Now you blow up some stuff, have a bunch of guns blaring and cars crashing, and then I'm your man. But he don't love me like he used to, and all. I'm not into that. Yeah, so that's just the difference between women and men. But it's all good because that's a breakthrough for me. 10 years ago, I would have said, you have to go by yourself. I ain't going. But now, at least I showed up, sitting by her and holding her hand and everything. And, y'all ain't saying nothing to me. So that's a breakthrough for me. Come on, clap your hand for Jesus that the Lord touched my mind. At least I went. And if God keep touching me, I just might enjoy it the next time. But to get to my message, I want you to understand that marriage is more than just two humans coming together in the bond of matrimony. But I want you to understand that when the Lord saved you, he, in a sense, married you. Let me say that again. When the Lord came into your life and you accepted him as master of your soul, you, in essence, said, Lord, I am marrying you. and you are marrying me. And when you married the Lord, you said, God, I'm going to serve you, and you are going to be my master. You entered into a contract, a covenant relationship with the Lord, and God described it as a marriage. But when you read in the 3rd chapter of Jeremiah, God describes his wife as someone who is an adulteress, someone who cheated on him, someone who began to worship other gods. Oh God. And see, I have to explain to you what worship is all about, because worship is very important with God. Everybody say worship is important. As a matter of fact, even in the 10 Commandments, the Lord made specific instructions about how the people of God, should only worship him. Yeah, I don't want you worshiping other gods. I don't want you making graven images. I don't want you doing that, because I'm your God. You know, I think there is some correlation here between the marriage that God has instilled within us and the marriage covenant that people have with each other. Because I don't know about any of you husbands, but I don't necessarily want my wife to be intimate with somebody else. I don't want her on the phone talking 2 and 3 hours with another man. Oh, God, I wish I can get some help in here. Yeah. And see, because when you talk and you get into the intimate secrets, there is an emotional attachment that you have with the other person. And see, I don't want her emotionally attached with another man. I'm her man. And I want her to be emotionally attached with me. Tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. Tell me what your problems are. Tell me what your issues are. And let us commune together. It's not just about getting in the bed, but it's about forming a deep relationship with your partner. That's what intimacy is all about. And when you worship God, you're entering into a sphere of intimacy. And I want you to understand that our husband, God, he described himself as a jealous God. Oh, I wish I had somebody that knew the word. He even said in the word of God, I'm a jealous God. So, some people might say that it's immature for someone to be jealous. You know, don't be jealous of your wife. Don't be jealous of your husband. I'm sorry, but if you truly love someone, there is a built-in, I'm not talking about an evil jealousy. I'm not talking about a jealousy that drives you to follow that person and be obsessed with what they're doing and searching the cell phone and searching the pockets for notes. I ain't talking about that, but there's just this y'all ain't gonna help me in here. When I see my wife hug another man, you know, there's something in me that don't like it. I'm sorry. That's just the way I am. I understand that it's innocent. I understand that. But see, I'm so in love with her that I really prefer she only shake his hand. Is there anybody in here that understand what maybe y'all ain't never been in love, but when you in love with a person, there's just something about it. You know, I just want them to have eyes for me. And that's how God is. God is a jealous God. Anytime that you enter into worshiping something else or somebody else, God on the throne, he gets jealous. How come? And that's why. When I was preaching about worship. Oh God! When I was preaching about worship, I want you to understand. There's a method to my madness here, because when you worship God, that does something to God. That perks God up. That makes God want to do things for you, because you're being intimate with him. But when you're worshiping something else or somebody else, then that angers God, because God don't want you intimate with anybody else, because he's your husband. And so I hear the Lord saying, why did I get married? Why did I enter a marriage contract with you, with Prayer Chapel? Why did I do it? Because you only want to be intimate with me only once a week. Oh God, you got some folk that's only going to worship God on a Sunday. You got some folk that's only going to worship him in this 1 or 2 hour space on Sunday morning, and the rest of the time they ain't thinking about God. They got other stuff on their mind. They want to entertain themselves. They want to work. They want to recreate. They want to do all shop. They want to do all kinds of things and forget about God. But then on Sunday, then you want to placate them. You let me go in here and show my face. Oh God, but God is looking for somebody who's going to be a true worshiper. Somebody that's going to love him like he loves you. Somebody that's going to be interested in making this marriage work. Why don't you touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, make the marriage work. Make the marriage. God wants you to make it work. You got to work at this marriage. Tell somebody you got to work at this marriage. Marriage is something you got to work at. You can't work at the marriage only once a week for 2 hours. You got to work at this thing. You every day. My God, am I right, Jackie? Every day we got to work at this thing. In other words, you got to treat God like he's your husband. You got to go to bed with him and wake up with him. You got to dine with him. You got to eat dinner with him. You got to get in the word. You got to learn about him. You got to find out about him. When I first got married to my wife, I was immature. I wasn't ready for marriage. I was only 19 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. Oh God, and consequently, we had some falling outs. We had some arguments. Consequently, there was some stuff tossed and things thrown. Yeah, I wish I had somebody. Doors slammed, and y'all ain't gonna help me. There was some conflict in there, because in a marriage situation, there's going to be some misunderstandings. But my God, you got to work at it. And the only way the marriage is going to last, you got to work at it. The only way the marriage is going to go forward is you got to work at it. Because I made up in my mind that I wasn't leaving her, and she'd made up in her mind that she wasn't leaving me. Oh, the same thing with God. God said a few years ago, I walked down the aisle with you. A few years ago, I made a vow to you, and I won't take it back. And then you made a vow to me, and you said you wouldn't take it back. A few years ago, you promised me that you were going to live for me. A few years, I'm preaching somebody. A few years ago, you made a vow to me that you were going to serve me, that you were going to worship me, that you were going to praise me. What happened to your vow? Now you got other stuff on your mind. You got other people on your mind. You got other things on your mind. I wish I had a church. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm jealous of Facebook. You spend more time with Facebook than you spend with me. I'm jealous of the television. You spend more time with DirecTV than you do with I'm preaching, and somebody don't know it. You spend more time doing your will and Farmville than you do in my word. I wish I had a church that would talk to me. Tell somebody God is jealous. He's jealous. He's jealous of Facebook. He's jealous of MySpace. You can spend 5 straight hours watching Lifetime Movie Network and don't even think about me. Don't even think about getting on your knees and talking to me. You can get on the text. You can get on the phone and spend all this time with other people. God, I'm jealous. I wish that you would just spend some time with me. I wish that you would just spend just 1 hour with me. Just take some time out and let me know that you still love me. Let me know that you still appreciate me. Man, I'm preaching, Glenn. I'm preaching up in here. Oh my God. My wife told me this week she was off. Oh God. She was off work. And this week we had some, you know how it is. You know how it is. You know I'm used to going to the golf course. And when I go, I don't know how to come back. Y'all don't understand. And I don't want to do 5 or 6 holes. I'm trying to do 18. And my wife told me, she said, I'm sick of golf. I'm sick of you and golf. I've been home all this week and you haven't done anything with me. And she had me, you double shot. She had me real good. I wish I had somebody in me. I wish I had somebody to talk to me. But I know why you're quiet. Because I'm talking straight to you. I know why you're quiet. Because you haven't been spending any time with your husband. But God is saying today, why did I get married if you're not going to worship me? Why did I get married if you're not going to be intimate with me? Why did I get married if you only going to praise me when I do something for you? But why don't you praise me because I'm your husband? Why don't you praise me because I'm good? Why don't you praise me because I'm Jehovah Jireh? Why don't you? You might as well get with me, son, because I'm bringing this home. Why don't you touch 3 people and tell them God is wondering. God is wondering. I can't hear you. Y'all too quiet. Go to somebody else. Find somebody else and say, God is wondering why he married you. He's wondering why he married you. Why did I marry you? I'm not getting anything out of this relationship. I'm not getting anything out of this covenant. I'm doing all the work and you ain't doing anything. I'm waking you up in the morning. I'm starting you on your way. I'm giving you air to breathe. I put joy in your soul. I put peace in your mind. And what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me? When was the last time you fasted and prayed? When was the last time you threw up your hand in your home and said, Lord, I thank you? When was the last time you woke up in the morning and I was the first thing on your mind? When was the last time you went to bed with a smile on your face saying, Lord, I thank you. You did it again. Lord, I thank you. You brought me through another day. Lord, I thank you. If it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, I'm here to tell you that the Lord is asking the question, why did I get married? But guess what? I hear the Lord saying, I got an answer of why I got married. The reason why I married you is because I love you, and I love you still. The reason why I married you is because I love you, and I love you still. I yet love you, even though you won't praise me. I yet love you, even though you won't worship. I yet love you, even though you won't tithe. I yet love you, even though you won't spend time with it. I yet love you. Oh! Oh! I'm a preacher. Oh God, y'all didn't know where I was going when God gave me this message, but you can take it home with you. You can tell other people, you can let other folk know that the pastor preached. Why did I get married? Talking about God, and God gave an answer. The reason why I married you is because I love you, even though you cheated on me. Some of you men, you know if your wife cheated on you, that's it. You kicking her to the curb. You packing her bags. She got to go. If you ever cheat on me, now you can cheat on her, but she could never cheat on you. But I look at God. God is saying you cheated on me. You served other gods. You worshiped other gods. You worship in Facebook. I wish I had a church. You worship in Yoville. You worship in Farmville. Won't spend any time with me. You're cheating on me. But guess what? Even though you cheated on me, even though you're an adulterer, I still love you. I want you to come back. Backsliding children, come on back. I got a home for you. Come on back. I got joy for you. Come on back. I got hope for you. Come on back. I got peace for you. Come on. Get somebody by the hand and say, neighbor, let's go back to our husband. Let's go back to our God. Let's go back to our Father. Let's go back to our shepherd. Let's go back. Oh! Oh! Oh!